In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And on the sixth day, he created man in his own image. Adam, formed from the dust of the ground, was placed in a paradise known as the Garden of Eden. A place of unimaginable beauty and tranquility, Eden was a sanctuary where life flourished in harmony and abundance. The Garden of Eden was more than just a home for Adam. It was a reflection of God's love and the promise of a perfect world. It was a place where every need was met and every creature lived in peace. Imagine a garden where crystal-clear rivers flowed through verdant meadows, trees laden with delicious fruits stretched towards the heavens, flowers in every color imaginable painted the landscape with their vibrant hues. This was Eden, a symphony of life where every sense was awakened with wonder. Animals roamed freely, unafraid of humans. Birds sang sweetly from the branches, filling the air with their melodies. The sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over everything it touched. Eden was a place of pure joy and contentment. Adam, formed from the dust of the earth, was given life by the breath of God. He was created in God's image, endowed with intelligence, free will, and a deep connection to his Creator. But Adam was alone. So God created Eve, a companion for Adam from his rib. Eve was different from Adam, but together they formed a perfect harmony. They lived in innocence and bliss, their days filled with tending to the garden and enjoying each other's company. Their love for each other was pure and unblemished, a reflection of God's love for them. One day, a cunning serpent, the most cunning of all the animals God had made, approached Eve. With sly words and a forked tongue, it whispered doubts into her heart. It questioned God's command not to eat from the tree of knowledge, insinuating that God was holding back something good from them. The serpent's words were like poison, slowly seeping into Eve's thoughts, planting seeds of doubt and curiosity. It made her question God's intentions, and awakened within her a desire for something more, something forbidden. Section 5. The Forbidden Fruit, a Taste of Knowledge. The serpent pointed its sleek head towards the tree of knowledge, its branches laden with tempting fruit. The fruit, the serpent hissed, would grant them wisdom and understanding like that of God himself. Unable to resist the lure of the unknown, Eve reached out and plucked the fruit from the tree. The fruit, so enticing in appearance, held the promise of knowledge and power. Eve took a bite, savoring its sweetness, and then offered it to Adam, who also succumbed to the temptation. In that moment, the world shifted, their innocence shattered like a fragile vase falling to the ground. Section 6. Shame and Realization, the Loss of Innocence. As they swallowed the forbidden fruit, a profound change came over Adam and Eve. Their eyes were opened, and they saw their nakedness, feeling a sense of shame they had never known before. They realized they had disobeyed God's one command, and fear gripped their hearts. The once vibrant colors of Eden seemed to dim, the sounds of nature now carried a note of discord. The harmony they had known was broken, replaced by a chilling realization of their transgression. The consequences of their actions were about to unfold. Section 7. Exile from Eden, Facing the Consequences. God, all-knowing, was aware of their disobedience. He confronted Adam and Eve, and they confessed their transgression. The consequences were swift and severe. God banished them from the paradise of Eden, casting them out into the world beyond the garden walls. The gates of Eden slammed shut behind them, severing their access to the tree of life and the idyllic existence they had known. The world outside the garden was harsh and unforgiving, a stark contrast to the paradise they had left behind. Section 8. Life beyond the garden, toil, joy, and sorrow. Life outside the Garden of Eden was arduous. Adam and Eve had to toil for their food, their bodies subject to pain and hardship. They faced the challenges of a world no longer in perfect harmony. They knew joy in the birth of their children, but also sorrow and pain when their firstborn Cain killed his brother Abel. Yet, even in their exile, God's love remained present. He provided for them, guiding them through the challenges of their new existence. They learned from their mistakes, grew in their understanding of good and evil, and passed on the lessons they learned to their children. Section 9. Conclusion, the enduring legacy of choice. The story of Adam and Eve is a timeless parable about choice and consequence. It reminds us that our actions have repercussions, and that even in the face of temptation we have the power to choose between right and wrong. Their exile from Eden is a poignant reminder of the preciousness of God's gifts and the importance of obedience to His will. Despite their failings, Adam and Eve's story is ultimately one of hope. It illustrates the enduring love of God who, even in their disobedience, continued to guide and care for them. Their journey reminds us that even when we stray from the path, there is always a way back to God through repentance and faith. If you like this video, hit that like and share button. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks a ton.